Hi my friends, welcome back on my channel. As you can understand from the title, today we will talk about errors. We all know the proverb cited in the title, but it is not incomplete for an error. I omitted the second part because it is obvious and because it is not what I am interested in exploring with you. Mistakes are part of our life, I would say of our everyday life, and although they bring us displeasure and a sense of failure, they have two very important functions for our personal growth. The first, which is the most obvious and direct, represents the possibility of improving ourselves in a certain thing. The awareness of having made a mistake makes us realize that that particular thing was not as correct as we believed before making the error. But thanks to this, we have realized it and we have the possibility of improving ourselves so as not to make more that error and obtain a better performance and a more satisfactory result. Due to a series of contributing factors, it often happens in various sectors that we proceed in a wrong way, but not seeing negative results and indeed obtaining positive ones, we have convinced that we are operating in the correct way. Thanks to the error, this system loop is interrupted and the operation and general orientation can be rectified. The second function, much less obvious but certainly more important, is rehumanization. When things always go well, even those who have had a level of self-esteem that was underground for years can become self-divinized thanks to the push of an ego that becomes more and more enormous. Having little or no self-esteem is bad because we will not be able to relate to others without feeling inadequacy or a sense of inferiority. On the other hand, however, an ego that places us above everything and everyone, especially if unfounded, it is even more dangerous and harmful than low self-esteem when it is broken for any reason. In the majority of cases, this attitude is unconscious and imperceptible. When someone pointed out to us, in fact, we are unable to believe it and think it is a form of jealousy or malice. All this because, not having the perception of it, we are unaware of it. This is where the error comes in. It destabilizes, but it brings us back down to earth. It says to our subconscious, look, you are not a god, but you are human, and as such, you make mistakes, the first of which is precisely the burden of not making them. In this phase, there are two possibilities. It depends on a lot on us, on our analytical level, and on the stage of our personal growth journey. The first, we feel so humiliated that in a fraction of a second we go from feeling like a god to feeling like a complete imbecile and a good for nothing. Obviously, this is the wrong way. The second, our brain turns back on, or rather reopen to understanding and problem solving, making us understand that we must always question ourselves and the things we believe to be perfect. In this way, we will be able to improve both our performances and our relationship with ourselves and others, maintaining a constant level of evolution and growth. In closing, I add a concept that seems paradoxical but also based on what has been said so far. It is not. Error is closely linked to the development of one's potential. The human being, precisely because of his extraordinary nature, possesses potential, but in order for these to develop, a boundary is needed, given by our limited nature. A god has no limits and boundaries, and therefore no potential, because he is the all in all and of all. The potential is something that is present in living being in a primordial form, like a seed in the soil. In order for this to develop and become structure and habit, there is a need to take care of it and refine it, just as we take care of the seed. When it is mature, the potential will come into our lives and we will be ourselves renewed and closer to the most complete version of ourselves. This is possible thanks to the limits which we strive to overcome and the errors that make us aware of them. Also for today, we got to the end. I wish you to make many mistakes, being aware that for every mistake we make, we take a step forward towards the fullness of our potential and our very being. Remember to like, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Bye my friends, and see you next video.